Hi there. Welcome to Big Sexy Chat Unplugged. So happy to have you here tonight. We are so excited to talk to the creators and founders and program directors of fatcon.org 2.0. That's what I'm calling it anyway. And we are so excited to be here today with Pucks and also with Lori. And these two are the ones you want to know when it comes to FatCon in Seattle. Hi, you two.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome. You too might see me turn on my mute every once in a while just because of my chronic cough. So if I raise my hand, that means I want to say something. But please always finish whatever you're going to say. I don't want to interrupt you. I just want you to know I'm going to have something to say soon. And like I said, I'll try to block you all from having to listen to me cough. And so, Pucks, tell everybody who doesn't know about FatCon, tell them about what FatCon was like last year and this year actually. And what
Yeah, I know it was this year. It
this
feels
year
like it was a million years ago.
does.
So FatCon is produced under the Production Art and Culture org based in Seattle, Washington, and it basically started as there's this idea of having workshops and education geared towards fat folks, fat liberation was kind of at the forefront of that. And then in the evening, having some fat entertainment and doing it in a way that was, doing it in a venue in a space that was fat friendly. Like basically, it was like kind of like a very kind of. It sounds like a really simple idea on paper, but really it was just like, hey, we want to bring fat folks together. We want to have workshops during the day. We want to have fat entertainment, and we want it to be in a comfortable environment. And so FatCon FatCon 2024 was basically like almost 2.5 years in the making of bringing it together and making it happen. It was created. We pulled it across the finish line with a team of 6, and we had there was over 60 hours of programming that Lori put together. We had entertainment, there was food, there was a fashion show, we had vendors, and
It was so much
you
fun.
know,
Here's my badge.
there's your badge, yeah.
Yay.
And it was a we had time. Like it is, I mean, it was. We brought people in from all over the country and as far as Portugal.
Wow. It's so amazing to be in Fat Community. For people who've never had it, oh, you got to try it. It's so wonderful. It's just a whole different level of comfort and clarity and confidence and just feeling so powerful. And it's really amazing. Before we go on too much further, Lori, could you tell us how people can find FatCon on all the socials and on your website and all that stuff before we get too far into this? I want to make sure people know how to find y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to check us out and go to our website, that is fatcon.org. And if you want to check us out on Instagram, we are the FatCon. And we are also FatCon on Facebook and all that good stuff. I think we don't have a TikTok, or if we
We
do, it
don't.
is not used.
We do not have. I don't think we have the TikTok in use, but we do have a link tree. So if you're ever just
That's
like,
on our
wait, I need.
Instagram.
Yep, and you can find it on our Instagram. Yes, the link tree.
And your website is fatcon.org.
Yes.
Correct.
Wonderful. So 2.5 years. I didn't realize you all have been working on this for that long.
Yep.
Takes a
Wow.
while to find a venue that wants us and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you have any trouble finding this venue for the second one for 2.0?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, we got seduced away, actually, is what happened.
Yes, we did. I said that we got courted.
Yeah, like we loved the Hyatt. The Hyatt Olive 8 was very nice to us. If I could steal their support team and like take it with me in my pocket everywhere I go, I
Yeah.
would do that. But our new venue, the King Street Perch and Suites, is so bangering. I mean, it is the best. Like they came to us and they're like, "So there's a fat con? You want to come over here?" And like we're like, "Oh, we don't know. We like the Hyatt very much." And then
Good
like
job.
we took a step inside and we're like, "Oh, maybe we whoa. This
Yeah.
place is
You know, the biggest disappointment was that pizza vending machine.
I was so mad.
I know,
was
that was
so
a sell
mad.
point for me.
I
That was a big sell point.
I was like, oh, at 3:00 in the morning, I'm gonna be able to eat. And then, like, I was like, oh, pizza, 3 a.m. And then, like, they're like, just kidding.
Missed opportunity by them. And so, for those of you who've never heard of this, there's such a thing as a pizza vending machine. It actually makes each slice individually, has an oven inside of it.
Freshly baked.
Freshly baked. You get to put your favorite toppings on it. And I believe the pizza place that would stock that machine was directly across the street, but they still couldn't pull it together.
Correct.
Fat people will eat in public. Fat people eat at events, and we're not afraid to eat. So, we're not afraid to eat pizza in front of other people. So, yeah, maybe they can put one in at this new hotel.
Well, we're actually really lucky. This new hotel, on top of all of the really cool amenities that this new hotel has, well, not only is it like a stress-free walk to the International District because it's literally right across from King Street Station. So, like, you just take some escalators and boom, Uwajimaya is right there. Every delicious dumpling that you've ever wanted in the history of mankind is at your fingertips. But not only that, like, the venue itself has 13 coins, which is a 24-hour restaurant that's open all the time, and it's a Seattle institution. So, like getting food is never going to be easier for us than there'll always be some place to go to have food at 3:00 in the morning when you and your 4 new fat best friends want to, like, get snacky snacks and get to know each other better.
We door dashed a lot at the Olive 8. We door dashed a lot.
Yeah.
I ate at the Ado Zone like 7 times because it was the closest restaurant within walking distance. And I mean, I love me some dumplings, but goddamn, I got tired of it after a while.
Well, and the other awesome thing about the hotel is that the rooms are suites, and so they're by their very nature, they're just bigger rooms. And so that provides us with a little bit more flexibility because there's a microwave in every room. There's like a little kitchen kind of situation, a fridge, right? And then the other thing that's great, and I cannot stress enough, is, book your hotel room with the guest hotel that the event is providing you. And I say this for any event because usually there's extra perks involved. And one of the things that I love, like kind of the most, is that your hotel room rate includes a continental breakfast, and they have a made-to-order omelet station as part of that.
An avocado toast.
Yeah, so I just stayed at the hotel literally 2 weeks ago I was we had our big fundraiser for production, and so I was like, I'm gonna stay at the hotel and test it out and see how it goes and try the brunch. The brunch was next level, like fresh bacon, fresh sausage, just the whole layout of like the spread was really good. They had gluten-free options. It was just like a really nice spread. And then the other thing that they do is in the evening, they do a cocktail reception, which includes a drink and like an appetizer. And that is included, in your hotel stay. So, I'm just telling folks, like, book your room with the hotel. And
especially since we got such a good rate.
We did an amazing rate. And it's really, really close to, so it's right next to King Street Station. So if you're flying into Seattle, you can take the light rail directly from SeaTac Airport, and it drops you off at King Street Station, and it's less than a block from King Street Station to the hotel door.
Nice.
They literally share a cul-de-sac, King Street Station and the hotel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really amazing. So in terms of like accessibility, it's super great. And then the other neat thing about this hotel that I love is that later on this year, they're going to be hosting a disability justice conference.
Nice.
And so they've been working with this conference on ways to make the hotel even more accessible. So by the time we get there in January, there'll be even more done to be accessible for folks that have access needs and things like that. So this is a really good bunch of people that we're working with over there that really do care about making a space accessible.
I was just about to ask you if it's ADA compliant. I assumed it was, and I know
Yes.
the Olive 8 was as well, and it seemed like it had really good accessibility. Now, I don't have a walker or a cane, but I did see a lot of people with them. It seemed like people were getting around pretty well. So it sounds like this is going to be even next level.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
really, really excited about like what this hotel is been willing to do and how they've been wanting to work with us, and then also just like again like seeing the other types of clients that they're pulling in. They're really putting their money where their mouth is,
Hey.
and their pool is indoors and it's dope, and they're going to shut the pool down just for us.
And it has lifts. It has lifts, so it's accessible for mobility, accessibility.
For the pool and for the hot tub.
The pool I like to go to here is for rehab, and it's a humongous pool. The water's 90 degrees. It's indoors, and then it has the ramp that anybody can walk in, or you can take your chair into it and go right into the water, and then somebody brings the chair out, and you can go do your thing. It's so cool. Sounds like they have something like that.
Well, this pool's not quite that accessible. There's no ramp in, but it does have a lift, a chair lift to lift people in and out. And it's pretty swank. It's indoors. It's really warm. But yeah, it does have steps to get in and out, unfortunately. But not every building can be perfect.
It sounds wonderful. Pucks, do you want to announce who your headliner that you all have announced publicly? You want to talk about her?
Yeah, so we're bringing in Che Monique, the Fat Mermaid, and I'm so excited to have her. FatCon has we will always kind of have like this kind of link to burlesque. I mean, my background is burlesque, and that's what I bring into it. But Che Monique actually got her start as a burlesque performer, is like responsible for like bringing Black burlesque back to the DC area, and then is now doing this amazing advocacy work with the Fat Mermaid Society. She's been in that amazing documentary, and I'm just pleased as punch to have her. I think I can announce one more of our keynotes. This year has been so weird, and everyone's kind of just slightly behind on like getting us their promotional material. Like they say their contracts are just waiting on promotional material. But I can say that one of our other keynotes is Andy likes to film, likes to hike and film. So check him out on Instagram. I will send you the link so you can add it to the notes.
Yeah.
But Andy O'Neill is amazing. Is a fat hiker and talks all about mental health. And we really wanted to have some male presence at FatCon. And there isn't really a lot of fat men that are doing fat liberation work, very loudly. I feel like the few that we do have are all part of the Big Fig, committee that they have, that group. Yeah, but like that's kind of it. So we're really excited to have Andy be a part of it. I can't wait to tell you about some of our special guests that we have. We have some really cool special guests, and yeah, and then like Lori's already been on top of this programming thing. Like it's gonna be. If you thought this year's programming was like really diverse and amazing, it's only gonna get better from here. So.
Do you all know Bruce from Chubster?
No, I don't know.
He'd be a great addition.
Neat. Send me info.
Okay, sure.
I'd love to reach out and just to chat with people.
Yeah, he's great.
But yeah. So I'm really excited about the diversity of our keynotes and special guest speakers, and just like the apps that we've had coming in for panel submissions and things like that. Like people are really excited and really wanting to be involved, and we've already had sponsors from last year or from this year reach out about being involved this year. So
Wonderful.
it's really neat. Mm-hmm.
How exciting. When you, maybe Lori, can you remind people a little bit about what kind of program you had last year, like what kinds of things people were teaching or engaging people in, just so people kind of get an idea what we were doing in this January, it was January 2024, this past January.
Yeah, sure. So FatCon, we employ like a 3-track philosophy. So like really there's like 3 tracks that we feel like embody like fat liberation. And so I break this up into health, community, and culture. So we had we had a really successful panel with a panel of doctors from the University of Washington Medical Center talking about how to navigate and access healthcare while fat. Because when you have cancer, losing weight is not going to make you feel better. So we had that. We had like a lot of other health stuff. Like we had a doula, like for like fat pregnancy. We had how to access mental health care as a fat person. Another so we also had like visual and performing arts. So we had an artist come in and do a live drawing with fat bodies to show how to like draw fat humans. We had a great panel called Fat, Femme, and Fucked, which was all about like how to find sexual pleasure as a fat person, because we are all allowed to be like sexy and have a good time in bed. Just because we're fat doesn't mean that we can't have an orgasm. And we had that. We had someone come in and do suspension rope bondage for fat bodies. And like Twisted Monk Rope like donated a bunch of rope that people got to take home, and they're really excited about that. And then we had like a bunch of policy stuff, like because we had like Tigress Osborne as one of our guests, who is a goddess, and just to talk about the policy, like because some of us, we prefer, like for me, my fat liberation is like building a community, right? So like it's all about making friends and stuff like that, whereas like some people, they're really called to change policy. Did you know that it's legal in a lot of states to be fired just for being fat?
Tigress is doing the Lord's work.
Absolutely, and like, she is.
And so like if that's your call, then we have panels and panelists that want to like teach you how to do that, to teach you how to like write letters to your senator, how to advocate for yourself in public space, how to help with ADA laws, how to bring universal design concepts to to a more ubiquitous space. Like like if you think it, we had like being fat and trans was one of the panels that I really wanted to have, and then they had to cancel at the last minute. But I've talked to them, and I'm hoping that they're going to come back for 2025. And
I hope so.
Oh, sorry, I'm just really excited about programming.
I love that.
Did NAFA have a presence last year? Did they have a booth? I know, besides
yes.
Elaine Lee was there and a few others.
Yeah, NAFA had. Go ahead.
Oh, our hope is to have them come back and have a presence, every year, like in some capacity, right? Either tabling or, submitting workshops or things like that. Like, we would love to continue that relationship. I think it's a really important one, really valuable one.
For sure.
And I will point out, if you have an idea for programming, I am still accepting applications to be a speaker at FatCon.
Yeah.
So those close on the 31st, and then none shall pass. So like apply. And if you have an idea and you're scared and you don't know how to make a panel, I promise you, your life as a fat person makes your story worthy of telling. I can teach you how to make a panel. I can teach you how to talk and make something that people will want to see. So if you want your voice to be heard, if you have something that you want to say, whisper it in my ear, and I will make sure that we can get you a space to say it.
It's a nice offer. That's a very, very generous offer. Hux?
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about the sort of pay it forward? I forget what y'all are calling it, but where people can pay a little extra and get somebody else a scholarship?
Yes. So our scholarship program is like, I think is really, it's really important that we, the event costs what it costs, and like I can't stress that enough. Like the event, FatCon costs what it costs, and we do recognize that this is not necessarily in the in the price range for some people, and so our scholarship program is based off of our pay it forward program. So what you do is you purchase a ticket for yourself, and you purchase a ticket that goes into the pool for our scholarships. So we'll be able to offer, a 3-day pass to scholarship folks. And what I love about our Pay It Forward program and our scholarship program and how these things work together is like, sometimes you have it to give and sometimes you don't. And if you do have it to give, like what a lovely way to do that. And you do get perks for that. And one of those perks is you get to have access to the VIP suite during FatCon, which will have like goodies and things like that, and just a place to go and rest and kind of have a reprieve from the day and connect with other folks. But also like, you also get to take like that, like the joy of like being able to pay it forward. And with our scholarship application, which is open, it's open now. It's on our bio on Instagram in the link tree. We're not asking you to share your trauma with us. We're not asking you to prove that you deserve this scholarship. We're just asking you to answer a couple questions, and you click a checkbox saying that by clicking this checkbox, I'm acknowledging that I have a financial like impairment that will prevent me, from otherwise attending. That's it. That's the only question that we ask in
I just
relation
thought of three
to like,
people. Right at the top of my
right?
head, like 3 people I need to let them know about. Apply for the scholarship program because they would be wonderful, and I need to make sure that they remember or they know about it because it would be a great opportunity for all 3 of them. And I'm sure I can think of
Absolutely.
more.
Yeah, absolutely. It's on our link tree, and I think last year, how many? I think we were able to afford. We were able to do 4 or 5.
We did 4 full scholarships, which is we paid for their hotel and we paid for their admittance in the convention, and then we had 3 more that we that were local, and then we gave them just badges to the convention.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah.
that's wonderful.
So there's definitely there's a lot of room for folks to show up for community in various different ways, right? And that's what I like about the Pay It Forward program. It allows people to show up for community in a different way. And the scholarship application is just, I really appreciate how our team came together to create the language for this for 2024 and 2025 of just like, we don't want your trauma porn. Like, you shouldn't have to do that.
I would much rather hear what you think fat liberation tastes like, which is one of the questions.
Right, good.
Yeah, what does it taste like?
Yeah. What about security? You're going to have Dykes on Bikes again for our security?
Hell yeah.
They were so cool. That was so awesome.
Yeah, they were fantastic. They were fantastic.
They love you, Bugs. They just adore you.
Well, we adore them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kept us safe.
They really did. And like, I think that that's something that I would like to like off the cuff, like we, the hotel had security, which is great. Most hotels do, they have to have security. We end up having an extra layer of security. And, a lot of folks may not know this, but like, a few days before the event, we went viral in a really, through conservative media. And so there was just a lot of ugliness being thrown our way. And we were reached out to by the Daily Mail, who wanted to send someone not to interview us, but to take pictures. And so between that and actually having like groups of like men in their like mid to late 20s just showing up, being like, we want to come into the event. We felt it was necessary to bring in a second wave of security. And so we were able to reach out to the Seattle chapter of Dykes on Bikes, and they were able to provide that extra layer of security.
I get trolled a lot by those men's rights groups because men don't have enough rights, and they love
Mm-hmm.
to troll my various pages like about very systematically, like once a quarter, about like, oh my god, you're so fat, you're gonna die soon, you're gonna die, fatties, and I love
We get that a lot too.
I love fucking with them. I'm like, what fat girl hurt you? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Why are you
We
jerking off on my page
we
right
get a lot of too bad they'll all be dead by 30.
now? Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm 42. So
Hashtag
It,
old fatty. I'm 56.
I mean,
it
like,
comes
it's
in waves, though.
It
It does
does.
come in waves.
I think
I
they
just
organize through Reddit. Honestly, I think because they come like once a
That
quarter.
we
that
don't even
tracks.
engage. We just delete their comments and move on because, like, honestly, those people, you can't teach them anything because they don't want to learn. They just want to feel bad. They want us to feel bad about ourselves so that they can feel better.
Yes.
This
And
is
I mean,
their
like,
kink.
really, that's
It
just
is.
sad.
Yeah, it's their kink. Their kink is to throw this rhetoric at us and think that they're hurting someone's feelings. In reality, it's just like you're so pressed by me just existing in my fat fucking body that it has caused you to take an action. And baby, I don't give a fuck. I ain't thinking about you.
Nope.
Ain't nobody thinking about you. We deleted your shit. It's just gone. It's really funny though. Earlier this year, like after the convention, they came on pretty strong as we were posting a lot of like our recap videos and things like that. And so we're just deleting all the shit. And they were getting so pissed off. Like they were literally coming to the Instagram being like, why are there no negative comments here? Why are all the comments positive? It's like, because we're deleting you. Because nobody gives a fuck. And they were pressed about it. They were really upset that like our voice isn't being heard. What
Like,
voice?
And all they have to say about us is that we're fat too. It's like, oh, you're fat and therefore unhealthy. And I'm like, boo boo, you're unhealthy too because like your vaping is not going to help you either.
Clearly, they have some mental
Mhm.
health problems. But I like to say, if you're not feeding me, financing me, or fucking me, I don't give a shit what you have to say about my body.
It's
I mean,
the
like
three Fs.
people
The
tell
three
me
Fs
I'm
of
fat.
excellence.
It's like, oh, you're fat. I'm like, congratulations, you just found the most obvious thing about me.
I know.
I have blue
But you
hair
have
too.
eyes.
Did you know that? I have blue hair. Oh shit, son!
Lori.
Godzilla's a coming.
Lori, we all know that all fat people have not natural hair color. It's the thing. We all love purple. That's what they say. And none of us have just typical hair color. We all dye our hair pink or purple or green or blue. It's a known fact, all fatties.
But then
Oh,
why am I the only one in the room that ever has technicolor hair in a room of fatties? I don't understand.
I don't know. In our last few minutes, what else should we tell people about FatCon? What they can expect this next year? What are the deadlines for buying tickets? And at this current price, I'm sure the price will go up as we get closer to the event. All that fun stuff.
So we're not doing that.
yeah.
We're not raising our prices at
Okay.
all. So what they are now is what they will be. For the whole time, we are running out of VIP Plus tickets. And I'm telling you guys, those are the tickets of the century because they include all of your hotel taxes and fees. So
Yeah.
like that you're actually getting the hotel for cheaper than the discounted rate that we're offering everybody else. And
Absolutely.
you need to do that. Like it is the best deal. Plus you get all of the VIP perks. So you get you get the goodie bag. You get to never ever 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 stand in the line, not even to pick up your badge. Because VIP Plus people, your badges are going to be waiting in your room. How bougie is that? I
Mhm.
mean, like those are going really really quickly, and I think there's only like 3 or 4 left. So,
Yeah.
and there
I
wasn't
think
a lot.
No, and we do have some. I think we still have a couple of the hotel rooms that you can get directly through FatCon, which include your. Nope, are we not doing that?
We didn't do that
good.
this year.
Oh, good.
Let's make
Don't
things
do that.
simple.
Ignore me. Yeah, ignore me. Don't do that. But definitely. So ideally, we want folks to purchase your tickets before December 1st. That's a really good rule of thumb. That's very helpful. So make sure you do your thickness shopping early. And then, so the 31st of this month is the panel deadline. So if you are thinking about sending a panel, get that in before the 31st. Volunteer application is open, also in our bio and our main tree, and so is the volunteer application.
Both of those close September 1st.
Yes, and then we just closed the vendor application, I think last week or the week before. And so potential vendors will be notified one way or the other if we would like to have you come. And then they're like, and how you go about, reserving your spot for vending. And then I'm really excited. We have a few vendors coming back and returning, which is really neat. So we had some folks get grandfathered in, which is lovely. And I'm just really excited for people to experience this new venue. This new venue is it's really lovely. It's very, very, it's very different. It's very unique. And this venue mostly has done weddings in the past. That's kind of like their jam is weddings and stuff. And so it's just a beautiful space. And their chairs are really fucking sturdy.
Nice.
Puck, should we sneak peek what we might be doing in September?
Oh yes, you can go ahead and tell them. I'll let you tell them.
So we're also doing potentially, I'm pretty sure, we just don't know what day it is going to be yet, but we were going to do in September a little fundraiser event for FatCon, and it's going to be a pool party.
Yes.
And it's going to be a pool party at the venue. So if you're trying to sneak peek the venue to see what it looks like, scope it out, see whether it's something you want to commit to for a weekend, then the pool party is going to be where it's at. And that's going to be in September sometime. We don't know when, but we will let you know soon.
We'll know soon. Yeah.
Amazing. All the socials, FatCon, right? It's all
fatcon.org.
Okay.
And we are the FatCon on Instagram, and that's where our link tree is.
If you go to Instagram, the FatCon, then you can find the link tree and the links to all the stuff. The website is fatcon.org. I already bought my ticket. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait. And I highly recommend it. People flew in from all over the country this last time.
And the world.
Outside the country. Mm-hmm. Yay. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I appreciate you both so much for creating this event.
Thank you for having us on your podcast.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I love your podcast so much. I listen to it every time.
It's a good podcast. It's a really beautiful podcast, and I really appreciate just the relationship that we've been able to build with y'all. It's really beautiful to see community come together, not just in our local ponds, but across state lines, international, nationally, we're doing a thing. It's pretty great.
Because we all speak the same language of fat.
We do. Mm-hmm. So true. Yes. Thanks, you two. Really lovely talking to you tonight. Can't wait to see you all in January 31st, right?
January 31st through February 2nd.
Sweet. Take care, y'all.
Okay. Bye.
I can never remember how to turn this off.
Awkward jiggle.
Yes.
Should we leave? Do you want us to leave?
Yeah, I'm going to leave.
Or we stare at you in shame?
We'll leave. I'm going to hit the leave button.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye, y'all. Good night.
Bye.